Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Oh, you're a hard one, but I know that you got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you can hurt you somehow. Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able.
Hello, I'm Joshua. Today we're in the midst of a global health crisis and the drug epidemic. 52,000 last year opioid overdose. This isn't just the guy over there. No, this is our brothers, our sisters, our fathers, our mothers, our sons, our daughters. This is a wildfire that is sweeping the nation. Unless we stand up and be courageous, faithful, we will fall to these perils.
About 10 years ago, Skip and I met regularly over hot tea, and a lot of our discussions were about our children and their struggle with drug addiction. And I love the advice that Skip gave to me, and he said that it's a bigger issue than what we can deal with, and he suggested that I do what he did, which is to give them to God. And every day I prayed that Josh would have the strength to overcome the addiction, to overcome and to use his struggles to make a difference in the world. And every day it was my biggest fear that I was going to get that knock on the door that my son didn't make it. It's a horrible, painful place to be. And it's heartbreaking that Skip's son Mark didn't make it.
Mark, I wrote you something. Mark, we're all here and we're screaming to the skies for the world to rise up and make them realize that us who are addicted are human. We have feelings too. Most of us would give the shirt off our back for people just like you. But our addictions try to fill voids pains we're disguising. Pfizer, you built your mansions on sand foundations and the tide is rising. Our lives intersected when I was 16 and on a broken road. Then I got sober, married your daughter, thought I could bear the load. We played golf and we would try to keep it light. Wonder and ponder at the things we did that we knew just weren't right. Scratching our heads, thinking, our faces gazed. Russian roulette, a quick fix, addiction was the price we paid. We had fathers and mothers successful. How could it be that bad? They have the world by the nuts. How come we feel so sad? I'm trying to let them know sometimes we're just broke inside. Got messed up, a bad decision. Now we're on a wild ride. Doing 100 miles per hour. Screaming, scared. Trying to hold our breath. There is nothing more hopeless, dark and dreary, not even death. I was hurting that day, discouraged, broken, when the snake bit my vein. Now before I get out of jail and treatment, Andrea's dead, and you would never be the same. I just started to get better, and Preston said, let's go see Papa Mark. I felt ashamed inside because of our past. It had been so dark. Yeah, you were the first to help me put the needle in my arm, but you were also there to encourage and support me when we cut wood on your father's farm. You told me, Josh, you're a good father. You just have a demon to shake. Told me how much you loved your daughter, but you had made the same mistakes. Yes, Mark, we could always empathize, even with the scars on our arms and the screams to the skies. I was gonna bring you flowers, but them you wouldn't love. So here's a fishing lure and bar oil for when you're cutting wood in the mansions up above. The lure, it's for when you're with me every now and then, using your story to uplift, because we're now fishers of men. I won't stop until every bound and captured slave hears your story and breaks free and overcomes the grave. I want to read a scripture that's near and dear to my heart. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not condemned. Mark, I don't condemn thee neither.
Been out riding fences so long now.
52,000 last year opioid overdose. I am Joshua, a brand plucked from the fire, and I'm here to tell you that there is hope, there is freedom, there is redemption. Redemption is near. Rise up.
Students are struggling. They're pushing every button. They're being self-destructive. They're lying. They're stealing. They're breaking their commitments. They're causing grief and heartache in our lives. The only thing that we can do is give it to God and love Him
Seems to
anyway.
me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want